it's Sina here, the Yoga Apothecary. In today's flow, we continue the A to Z of Wellbeing series. L stands for letting go. So grab a towel and some water, and I'll meet you on the mat. Yoga is a practice of peeling off the layers. Last week, I discussed the metaphor of knowing yourself and the layers of an onion. Our message this week is about letting go and being mindful. During your yoga practice, you can let go physically and emotionally. You can let go of ruminating about past situations, anxiety about the present challenges, and fears about the future. Letting go of wanting to control or be controlled. Letting go of wanting to be right. Letting go of blame and resentment. Letting go is not just about focusing your mind on this present moment and releasing the stresses in your life. It is about letting go of negative thoughts that come into your mind during the practice. Letting go of tension, relaxing and opening your mind and body as you move into a challenging posture. And letting go of your reactions, your self-judgment. Letting go of things that momentarily irritate you, like noises that distract you, or being annoyed that the flow is moving too slow. If you let go, you can feel freedom, if only for a few seconds. And it's in these moments of liberation that help you build patience, become more flexible and resilient, and achieve contentment. And with that, we'll get started at the top of our mat, and you'll want to have 2 blocks handy for practice. So as we begin at the top of our mat, and hopefully you have some blocks handy, we're going to begin in fish pose. We've done this before in class, but if it's been a while for you, you'll place one block as a tower underneath your head, and the other is going to come to the bra line or the sports bra line or your right under your shoulder blades. If you don't have blocks, you're welcome to start on your back or in any posture on your back that you would like to start on. So we'll head there. Take a moment to get settled. Making the tower for your head. I'm going to leave my feet rooted on the mat, but you're welcome to extend your legs if that feels better to you. And you could do anything you'd like with the palms. Maybe they touch the earth. Maybe you have one rest on your belly and one on the heart. Palms can be up or down, just coming into this present moment, this sacred space for you and your practice. Notice what your body feels like. Take a body scan, starting either at your head, down to the toes, or from the toes, feeling the earth, and moving the mind slowly up from the feet to the top of your head. And just notice the breath. Simply notice the quality of your breath as you lie here, perhaps in fish pose or in whatever pose you chose. As we begin to lengthen our breath, inhale through the nose, fill up, spread your ribs wide, send the breath as if to your toes, and open the mouth and let it out. Remember, today's about letting go. Inhale through the nose, fill up, spread the ribs wide, send the breath as if to your toes, and open the mouth, maybe it's audible. As we begin our Ujjayi breath, a victorious breath, we'll inhale through the nose, seal the lips, exhale through the nose, like you're creating a seashell-y swirly sound or fogging up a mirror. We could take it together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Take another just like that. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Although we are not in a child's pose, please know, as always in our practice, Balasana is always available to you at any time you need it, as I am here as your guide on the side. Another couple rounds of breath. When you're ready, we'll slowly use your right elbow to lift yourself up, rolling to your right side to remove the blocks. If you've used them, and we'll be using one of these blocks in a little bit in our sequence today, so don't put it too far away. And then we're slowly going to come down. We'll bring the knees to the chest. And maybe you softly rock from side to side. Tee out the arms. We're going to fire up our core here on our backs. What you're going to do is to take a supine twist. However, you're going to leave the shoulders rooted, twisting at your torso using the core to not let the knees or toes come entirely onto the mat or onto the floor. So take an inhale, really pull the navel to spine. And as you exhale, leave the palms rooted. I'm going to twist over to my left, hovering. Exhale, I'm going to come to center. That'll fire up the core. We're going to take it over to the right side. Breath in. Exhale, hover. Inhale, center. Exhale, hover. We inhale, center. And exhale, hover. Inhale back to center. Plant the palms. Plant my feet. I'm going to rest my hands on my thighs. Draw the knees to the chest. Rock again, maybe side to side. Cross your ankles. Begin to rock forward and back. And we'll make our way over into a tabletop pose. Stack the knees under the hips, wrists come under the shoulders, neutral spine, flat back, crown is long. As we move to thread the needle, plant this left palm, start to draw your right elbow back. And as you exhale, you'll hover it underneath this left forearm, but don't lower all the way to the mat just yet. Exhale, draw it back. This time, straighten the arm, gaze to the right fingertips. Now, as you exhale, we'll thread the needle. Coming down, stacking the hips above the knees, reaching the left arm forward. You can rest your cheek on the mat. Staying here, you're also to walk the left hand slightly to the right for a deeper stretch of the side body. Or you can move to a half bind, bringing this left arm around to tuck into your right thigh. Lots of options, you choose. When you're ready, return the left palm. We're going to slide it back. Reach the right arm up, gaze one more time, plant the right palm. From here, we're going to move to thread the needle on the other side, same as we did. This time we plant the right palm rooted into the mat. Draw the left elbow back. Don't straighten the arm just yet. And as you exhale, you'll hover under your torso, under this right forearm, but don't lower to the mat. You'll inhale, draw it back. Gaze now at the straightened fingertips on your left palm. And as you exhale, now we'll thread the needle, taking what you did on the other side. Maybe you plant your cheek. Reach that right arm forward or slightly to your left. Or maybe you take a half bind. Pausing here, tucking it into the left thigh. Breathe. As you exhale, plant the right palm back where it was. Start to draw it back to the shoulder blade. We extend this left arm, gaze to the fingertips. And you'll exhale, we come back to our tabletop pose. As we come to puppy pose, stacking the hips above the knees and walking the hands forward, reaching for the edges of the mat. Maybe your forehead or chin touches the mat, or maybe you simply hover, feeling the heart space closer to the earth. Pause here, breathe. You'll exhale, we come back to tabletop pose. From here, we're going to take something called a moose antler, coming back into a puppy position and moving into a moose antler. So if you're unfamiliar with this, I'll show you what it looks like. We're going to take 2 on each side. We start to stretch into a puppy pose, stacking the hips above the knees. You'll draw like a cactus arm first on our right side. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you'll open up to the right side. You'll come back down. You plant the palm. Draw the left arm into a half cactus arm. You exhale, open up. Inhale, lower. Stretch the arm forward. Take 1 more each side. Draw it back. Open it up. Breath in. Breath out. Draw it back. Open it up. Breath in. Breath out. Awesome. We come back to tabletop pose. Pause here. From here, we'll step the right foot back to plank and step the left foot back to plank. Moving from here, we're going to move into a mountain climber movement. We're going to take it 5 times on each side. So from here, from our plank pose, inhale. Exhale, tap the right knee, step it back. Take an inhale, exhale, knee to nose, step it back. Left side, exhale, tap the left knee, step it back. Inhale, knee to nose, step it back. Tap it right, step it back. Knee to nose, step it back. Tap left, step it back. Knee to nose, step it back. We are going to press back to downward dog, take a pause. We'll come back to this pose in another moment. First, we'll pedal our dog, lifting 1 foot and then the other, spreading the fingers wide, pressing through the thumb and the first finger. Offer your heart space closer to the thighs. Ears should line up with your bicep. As we come to a still down dog, imagine pressing the mat away with the palms. And also imagine the heels moving the mat behind you and drawing your feet to the edges of the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, push it out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, ripple forward. We're coming back to the plank. 3 more rounds to go. Tap it right. Tap it to the nose. Tap it left. Tap it to the nose. Tap it right. Tap it to the nose. Tap it left. Tap it to the nose. Last time. Tapping it right. Tap it to the nose. Left. Tap it to the nose. Exhale, down dog. Ooh, yeah. That'll fire up your core, won't it? In a little minute there. Maybe you take a falling out breath. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Make our way to the top of our mat, any way you want to get there. Into a ragdoll forward fold. Take a moment to soft bend the knees. Maybe you hug your front body. Maybe you interlace the hands behind the back. Maybe you drag your fingers on your mat like rainbows in the sand. Keep that soft bend in the knees. Make this dynamic or as static as you need. As we slowly come to center, we bring the big toes to touch. We leave a sliver of light between the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. Shoulders are at the height of the hips. Gaze over the nose. You're welcome to soft bend the knees. Exhale, fold. Another just like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. Shoulders at the height of the hips. Gaze over the nose. Pull the shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Dig through those heels. Slowly come up. Arms come up to the clouds. Knit the low ribs together, squeeze the glutes and thighs. Bring your hands to heart center, maybe a soft gaze as you set your intention for this practice. Notice how you feel as we let go and surrender to this flow, to the day. We'll inhale the arms up. The right hand will grab for the left wrist. Inhale up. As you exhale, crescent moon over to your right side. Inhale, center. As you exhale, grab for your left wrist. Inhale up. And exhale, crescent moon over to the left. We inhale through center. Exhale, the hands can come through heart center as you forward fold. You hinge at your hips, heart space moves forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant our palms, bend our knees, step back to plank for cobra pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower the knees, thighs, chest to the mat. Take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, cobra pose. Peel your heart space up, roll your shoulder blades back, press the tops of the feet to the earth. Exhale, lower, take an inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take that one more time, as we often do in class, having an opportunity for a chaturanga, knees or toes, so taking a vinyasa. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk, step, maybe tap your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, dig through the heels. Inhale, upward salute. Again, the right hand's gonna grab for the left wrist. You'll inhale up. Exhale, we crescent moon over. Inhale, up, release. Grab for the right wrist. Breathe. Exhale, crescent moon over. We inhale up. Exhale the hands through heart center. We come to our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms. Bend the knees. Step back to plank. Our first chaturanga. You'll inhale. Shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway, hugging your elbows close to your side body. Shoulders will be above the elbows. Elbows close to the side body. Inhale through an upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. That is a vinyasa, which can always be done knees or toes. And you're welcome to skip it at any time and come straight to your downward dog. When ready, we'll move on to our low lunge. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. As you exhale, we come back, right knee to right elbow. Inhale it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up. And as you exhale, you'll step the right foot in between your hands. Lower the left knee and toes. Take an opportunity to find center. And when you're ready, we're going to kickstand this left leg in and start to shift our weight forward and back like a lunging motion. As you can see, my hands are coming from both sides of my foot to the front area of the left knee. We'll take this a few more times, breath and motion. Now I come to the back of our mat and I start to graze my hands coming to the back of the mat. We're going to take a modified, we're going to move into gate pose. So plant this left palm. Obviously my left knee is bent. You're welcome to stay here and the right arm can come up and stretch to the front of your, or should say the back of your mat. So the right arm can come up and forward with your inhale and exhale. And then to take this further into gate pose, we'll hold here, breathe. We'll start to float the right foot flexed up, take an inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to come up, push the mat away, and we take a crescent moon stretch. Let's take this one more time. Plant the left palm, float the right foot up, breath in. Exhale, we come through gate pose. We bring the arms down. Graze them, moving yourself to the top of your mat. Coming back to a low lunge, so take a moment to reposition yourself. Plant the left palm, take a twist. Right hand's gonna reach up. Try not to collapse on the right thigh. Notice the weight in the big toe mound of your right foot. Plant the right palm outside your right foot. Lift the left knee and toes. Step back to plank pose. And then from here, we're gonna move into our chaturanga. And into downward dog. Let's take this on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. We exhale, give the left elbow a tap. Inhale up, over to the nose. Inhale up, step the left foot in between our hands. We lower the right knee and toes. Take a moment to kickstand the right leg in. And same thing here. We begin to shift into a lunging motion. Few cycles of breath here. Continuing to open up our hips and thighs. As I bring my hands to the back of the mat, I'm going to start to drag them to the back of the mat, readjusting my right knee, planting my right palm. Again, you can stay here and simply stretch this left arm forward. Or if we take it further to full gate pose, breath in. We exhale, float the left foot flexed. Take a breath. We start to push the mat away. Exhale for gate pose. We're going to take it one more time. Float the foot. Exhale, gate. We come back down. We graze and reposition, adjusting our feet, coming back to a lunge, leaving the right knee planted. We take a twist. Right palm stays rooted. Left reaches. Put the weight distribution in the big toe mound of the left foot. One more inhale. You'll exhale, come down, step the right knee up to plank, and move through a chaturanga or cobra. And come to down dog. You're welcome to come down to your knees to tabletop pose, sit back on your heels. We're going to take a moment to towel off and grab some water. And then we'll come back and I'm going to show you what to do with one of your blocks for variations of half moon. See you in a minute. So as we come back to our mat, as I said before you grab some water, I want to show you your options as I've incorporated half moon into the sequence. So if you want to use a block, you'll want to position it to the top of your mat. I'm going to show you in this direction and then we'll get going with the flow and I'll be back in this direction. But just to be facing the camera right now. So placing the block here. When you come into half moon, you'll have three choices as I cue for half moon. You can leave your hand and not on a block and right on the earth, the mat. You can put it on a block or you can float your hand so it's not touching the floor and it's simply, if that is already part of your practice, you're going to float in your half moon. But for the block, let's say we're in a warrior two pose, right knee's pushing forward, pulling back in your warrior two pose, and I cue into extended side angle. So we come into our extended side angle where this right arm, as I always tell you, can be pushing on your leg on the inside or outside. I happen to place mine often on my inside of the leg. I start to look for my block as I come into half moon, bringing this hand to my left hip, reaching for the block, opening up the leg, leaving the hand on the block, and then reaching the arm high. So you can stay in half moon using the block and then softly come out of it. You can also float in your half moon, not using the block. So from extended side angle, into half moon, or you can rest your hand right there on the floor on your mat. So with that, we're going to come back to the top. I probably won't be using a block in the flow, but I wanted to show you that so that you can prepare to have that block available should you need to use one. And with that, we'll come back to downward dog. So I'll meet you there. Take a falling out breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, push it out. You'll inhale, lift the right leg up and back. And as you exhale, step this right foot in between your hands. Spin your back heel. We're going to come right to a warrior two pose. So take a moment. Actually, place your hands on your hips and start to straighten this front leg and shift the weight so that your hips are more even with one another. Then rebend this right knee, which comes over the right ankle. Root through the pinky edge of your left foot. Squeeze the glutes and thighs as if they could touch. And then draw the arms open for a good warrior two pose. Gaze over the right fingertips and we stack the skull, shoulders, core, and hips, one line of energy. From here, you'll flip the right palm up and over, reverse our warrior, leaving the feet rooted exactly where they are, keeping the good bend in the knee. As you exhale, we'll come to side angle pose. This is where you'll have your invitation to first come into half moon. So having the block and top at the top of your mat. Again, I'm using my right hand to resist the leg and the leg on the arm. Trying to stack shoulders, spreading ribs on the left side body. I start to gaze to the top of my mat. Bring my hands to the hips. We'll meet in half moon pose, holding for a few cycles of breath. And then we'll come back to extended side angle to move into star pose. When you're ready, we come back to an extended side angle. Left arm can come to the top of the mat. You'll inhale, star pose. Feet parallel facing, well, mine are facing my door, but to your left. We squeeze those glutes and thighs. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Try and take the arch from the back. And then from here, bring your hands to your hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. As the hands come to the earth, pause only for a moment. Start to walk them to the top of your mat. Take a pause here. We'll inhale, crescent. Arms come forward and up. Right knee over right ankle. Left leg is long or soft bend the left knee. Drawing that right heel back, tucking the left knee forward. Knit the low ribs together, palms face one another. From here, bring the hands to heart center and pause. Our goal is to come up to the top of the mat, bringing the left knee to your chest and pause with the foot flex. So you'll want to take a bend in the left knee. Rise up, bringing this left knee to the chest. And then we'll move into a dancer pose. So from here, grab the left foot. Reach the right arm up to the clouds. You're going to hinge up before you come forward, whether you come 45 degrees or further. Pause here, inhale. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, we come out the way you came in. Exhale to chair pose. Feet can be slightly apart. Weight comes to the back of the heels. Thinking about, as I've shared before, two legs become one, pulling towards center. Your hands can remain exactly where they are, or you can lift them high above the head. Take one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bend the knees. We'll step back to plank. We're going to take those mountain climbers again. We're going to take it for a total of 10. But we're only going to tap the right and left knee to the elbow. When you're ready, breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll exhale to down dog. Great job. As we come to the other side, you'll inhale, lift the left leg up and back. And exhale, we're going to come straight to warrior 2. Spin your back heel, windmill the arms up. Take a moment to first place them on your hip. Straighten this front leg. Shift your hips so they're more even and in line with one another. Then re-bend your knee over ankle. Root through the pinky edge of the right foot. Squeeze glutes and thighs. Arms come out. Drawing this left knee forward. Pulling that right arm back. Stacking skull, shoulders, core, and hips, one line of energy. Flip this left palm up and over. Inhale, reverse our warrior, opening up this left side body. And then from here, we come to side angle with your exhale. We've been here before. You're going to move into half moon. With your block without, hand can be resting on the mat, and we'll come to an extended side angle when you're done with that. So bringing your right hand to your hip, gazing to the top of the mat, start to walk this right foot forward. And if you come out of it and need to touch the earth, that is okay. That's why it's a practice. Bend the left knee, come back out. We come to side angle pose. Holding here, we inhale, star. Feet parallel, facing towards the right. We take the arch from the back, we spread the fingers wide. We squeeze glutes and thighs. We bring our hands to heart center. Hinge forward as the exhale to a wide-legged forward fold. Simply to pause, make our way to the top of the mat, and then we rise to a crescent lunge. Left knee over left ankle. Drawing that left heel to the back of the mat. Maybe a soft bend in the right leg, the knee. Up on the balls of the toes, so left hip back, right hip forward. Knit the low ribs together, palms face one another. From here, we'll come to the top of our mat for dancer pose. Now we draw the right knee to the chest. First, bring your hands to heart center. Maybe a soft hinge and a bend of this right knee. Exhale, bring it up. That foot is flexed. Grab for the foot. Reach the left arm up. We're going to inhale, hinge up, and then forward. Maybe as far as you took on the other side. Know that each side of the body can feel different. Come out the way you came in. Woo! It's okay if you lose your balance. It happens. Come back. Bring the hands to heart center. Stamp it down for chair. Coming into chair pose. Again, drawing the weight to the heels. Squeezing everything towards center. Palms can be at the chest. At Namaste or reaching high. Sinking down a little deeper. Inhale. We exhale to the forward fold. We inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bend the knees. We'll step back to plank. As we move into mountain climbers, again, 10 times, we're going to start with the left. Take an inhale and exhale as you move. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back to down dog. Take a falling out breath. So as we are in our down dog, we're going to move into another small sequence. This time we're going to move from chair to half moon
into eagle pose, and then I'll take you from there. So a little bit of a challenging transition. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look at the top of the mat and make your way up to the top, however you wish to get there. Maybe the feet slightly widen. Inhale, chair pose. So the transition here, you'll want to make sure that block is near you if you'd like to use one. In our chair pose, we're going to start to just move, opening up this right arm forward, left arm back. And the half moon is going to come from the left leg reaching up, floating up. So start to shift your weight, draw this left knee up. See if you can open to half moon. Coming back, it's okay if you lose your balance and tap the mat. Come back, bring the hands to the chest. The left foot is flexed. I'm going to wrap it as I begin eagle. Arms are going to come forward. Left arm's going to tuck under the right. Staying as high as you need to stay today. Maybe you come a little lower. In the bind with the arms, broadening through the shoulders. Imagine opening up to cactus even though you don't move. From here, we're going to draw this left knee up to the chest. You're welcome to release your arms or leave the bind as we step back to crescent. In our crescent lunge, we'll open the arms up when you get there. Come into full crescent lunge. Hands are going to come to heart center as we meet in warrior 3. Start to hinge forward 45 degrees, think locust back. Push the mat away with your left foot, shifting forward as we come to warrior 3. Hands can be wherever you like them to be. Pressing through the standing leg and the heel and the glute. Pointing or flexing your left foot, square hips and shoulders, use the drishti. As you exhale, bend this right knee. Softly come back to your crescent lunge. Bring the hands back to heart center. We come to extended pyramid with your exhale. So start to straighten this front leg. Press up on the ball of the left toes and see how far you hinge forward. Maybe you stay high, or maybe you bring your hands to the earth. Fingertips can graze the mat. If you need to reposition your foot, please do so. Breathe. From here, start to bend your front knee down the right leg. Let the palms rest if you are higher. Come, bring them to the mat. We're going to come into a variation of side plank called a tripod side plank. Plant this left palm slightly ahead of your right foot. Come on the pinky edge of the left heel. Bring this right knee out. Your toes on the right foot are going to point towards the right. Right arm reaches up. Push the mat away. You're welcome to hold here. Or if you want to take this further, lower. Don't let the hip touch, but lower, hover. Inhale, rise. Right arm's going to come forward. Take that again. Exhale, hover. Reach it forward. Last time, hover. Reach it forward. Plant the right palm on your exhale. Shift your weight back to plank and move through a chaturanga and meet in downward dog for the other side. Just got one more side to go. Take a falling out breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look to the top of the mat. Make your way there. Again, feet can come slightly apart. Inhale, we come up to chair. You'll want to have that block handy. This time, the left arm's going to reach forward, taking this twist variation as we come into half moon. Pressing through the three corners of the right foot, we open up.
You might need to tap your foot on the mat, and that's okay. We come back as we come to eagle. Wrapping this right foot around the left. Arms come forward, right arm under left. Staying high, or maybe you come low in your eagle arm. You're welcome to stay here or take that variation of a crescent lunge with eagle arms. Draw the right knee up. Step it back to crescent. Pause. You'll inhale, release the arms for full crescent. Draw the hands back to heart center, hinge forward 45 degrees. Push the mat away, warrior three. Heart space moves forward. Square hips, square shoulders. Whatever you wish to do with your hands. Then we take a bend in the left knee. Heart space comes forward. We come back to crescent. One more pause. We exhale, extended pyramid. Straighten the front leg up on the ball of the right toes, hinging maybe 45 degrees or take it to the earth. If you took that on the other side, maybe you need to adjust your feet. Breathe, feeling those hamstrings. When you're ready, bend the left knee. If the hands were high, bring them to the mat and pause as we come into a tripod side plank. Walking this left foot out, perpendicular to the left side, pressing the mat away with the right palm, holding here. Or if you wish to take it further, we hover the hip, don't touch. We exhale, now the arm on the left side comes forward. We hover, exhale, hover, exhale. Coming back, shifting your weight from your tripod side plank. Come into plank and move through your options. We'll meet in downward dog. Drop to your knees. Towel off and grab some water. Building up some heat, and we'll come back to the mat. See you in a minute. So as we come back to our mat, we're going to put these two flows together, moving one breath, one movement. We're going to skip the first half moon, but incorporate it in the second part of the flow. And then we'll take it low to the mat to cool it down. So when you're ready, we'll come to downward dog. Begin with a falling out breath. When you're ready, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. As you exhale, you'll step the right foot in between the hands, spin our heels, windmill the arms. We come to our warrior two pose. Breathe here. Flip the right palm up and over. Reverse our warrior. We exhale, side angle pose. We inhale, star. We exhale to a wide-legged forward fold. Plant the palms, bring them back to the top of your mat. Find center. Inhale, crescent. Hands come to heart center. We bring the left knee up, foot is flexed. We come to a dancer pose variation. Inhale up. Bring it up. From here, we'll come to eagle. So bringing this left leg up and over. Arms come forward, left comes under. Round through the shoulder blades, hinge forward. When you're ready, we come up slightly, leaving the bind in the arms. Take it to our crescent with the bind. We open up for crescent lunge and pause here. Hands come back to heart center, hinge forward. We come to warrior three. Pause here in warrior three. Bend the knee, softly land.
We come to extended pyramid pose when you're ready, straightening the front leg. Hinge forward, baby. You come a little lower than you did the first time. Opportunity to reposition your feet if you need to. Then when you're ready, we bend at the right knee as we come to a tripod side plank. Same options, hold here or take it further. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We come back to plank, move through our options. We come to downward dog for the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. As you exhale, step the left foot in between your hands, spin the back heel. We come to warrior two. We flip the left palm up and over, reverse our warrior. We come into side angle pose. We inhale, start. We exhale, hands at the hips to a wide-legged forward fold. Pause, make our way to the top of the mat. We start to find center. We inhale, crescent. Pause here. Bend at the knee. Bring the hands to heart center. We bring it up to come into dancer pose variation. Grabbing that right foot, making it resist in the hand. Hinging up and then over. Coming out the way you came in. Bring the hands back to center. Eagle arm variation. Right, the hands come forward, right under left. Staying high or sinking deeper in this posture. Maybe you leave the bind. Come up with your inhale, bring that right knee with you. Step it back. Release into crescent. Pause here. Hands come to heart center. Hinge forward, meet in warrior three. Then we bend the knee. Softly come down. Back. As we meet extended side angle on your exhale. Feeling that release of your hamstrings, hinging at the hips. Again, maybe you came lower this second time. Then rebend the left knee, bring the palms down. Tripod side plank. Hold here or take it further with me. Take an inhale, hover. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hover. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hover. Exhale, reach. Plant the left palm, step back to plank, move through your chaturanga. Nice job, yogis. You did it. It's a bit of a little tough transition in that one. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Hop to the top of your mat. Come down to your bottom. Roll yourself back. Pause here. We're going to take pigeon on our back again today. Tee out your arms. Plant the feet for a minute or moment. Right foot is up, foot's flexed. Bring it on top of the left knee and thigh. You could stay here and feel this stretch or float the left thigh up. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh and use your right arm to open up the right thigh. Leave the shoulders rooted and the head relaxed on the mat. Pause here. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. And when you're ready, tee out the arms again. As we exhale, we've done this before, we take a twist. So allowing yourself to fall towards the left side, leaving the legs where they are. Breathe.
When you're ready, come back to center for the other side. Switch your legs. Left leg comes up, foot is flexed. Bring it on top of the right knee or thigh, staying here. Or taking this further in pigeon, recline pigeon. Again, interlacing behind now the right thigh, using my left elbow to open up the left thigh. One more full cycle of breath. Then tee out the arms when you're ready, or cactus if you would like. And allow to drop supine over now to my right side. Pause here. Hopefully you feel that you just let it go today. Try to stay out of your head despite the challenging posture sequence. See, there's a method to my madness. I know it's not easy. We tend to overthink. We'll come back to center to close out our practice from here. As always, you have an invitation to reach for the soles of your feet, bringing the nose towards the knees towards your nose, using every muscle just for 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Onto the mat. Let it go. Sinking into our goal pose, our sweet Savasana.
Splay out the heels and toes. Release the shins, your knees, the thighs. Root the hip points to the mat. Release the core and chest. Shoulders, roll them to the mat, to the back. Release the forearms. Palms are open to receive. And release the face. Your chin, cheeks, eyes, brow, and the sweet top of your head. Notice the support that is under you, around you, and within you. Savasana. Slowly coming back to your mat, back to your body. Just notice what it feels like to be in your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you touch each finger to your thumb. And slowly begin to draw your toes to touch and reach the arms above your head to take a good morning wake-up stretch. Inhale through your nose. Send the breath as if to your toes. And as you exhale, slowly begin to bring your knees towards your chest and softly rock from side to side. And then make your way over to your right side, using your right arm as a pillow, and pause here on the mat. Pause to thank yourself for coming to the mat, to thank your body for what it just did for you during your practice.
Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores beyond your wildest dreams and destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest, peace, and transformation. When you're ready, slowly press your way up to an easy seat. Joining me at the top of our mat, we'll bring our hands to heart center to take one last falling out breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. We'll inhale the thumb to third eye center, center of intuition. As you exhale, bow forward. The light in me honors the light, the beauty in this practice, and the yogis who have joined, for I'm so forever grateful. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. And to learn more about how to live a happier, more vibrant life, sign up for our bi-monthly newsletter, The Wellbeing Elixir. And stay tuned for next week when we cover the letter M in the Wellbeing series A to Z. Namaste.